Yeah, I'm gonna press it. Yeah, I'm gonna press it now. Yeah, real
and
lucky.
that's why you should know to hit it once we immediately when we
Because
get on.
if I did that, it would be trifling. Like, and I can't edit the video, so I'll edit the audio for the pod, but the video is going out there. So if we're doing something crazy, it's out there, y'all. So as y'all know, we back. It's Community Coalition Show. We back in this thing. K Wilson, David 2K, Yindy in here.
Gang, what's good?
How are y'all doing? We are actually recording on this holiday, I guess I'll call it. I mean,
nah, it's not a holiday.
It's a work holiday for most of us. You know, I give it that at least.
This was my scheduled day off, so
dang, you can't even enjoy it for
nah,
real. Like it was an extra day.
Nah, I'm working on something, so I'm not gonna give society the satisfaction of me having a day off.
I'm working on being black, so
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like no, but like what you said, Dave. I think you use it to your advantage. Sometimes we have to, like, I think we especially as Black people, we have all of these situations. We have all of these holidays. None of them pertain to us. Right. None of them are for us, right? But we got to find ways to take advantage of them too. You know, so we may not celebrate it in the way everyone else does. You know, I ain't out there with fireworks and all. I'm not doing all that. But I'm gonna take advantage of this. I know they shooting them out, and I can hear them in my neighborhood now. Yeah.
Yep. Same here.
And the dog. It's like World War III over here.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Your dog definitely got PTSD too.
I had to put him in his fortress of solitude. Yeah.
You gotta get him some noise canceling earphones. Or
he really does have PTSD. I swear it was like he was in the war in his past life.
Or from the hood.
As soon as he heard a pop, he is done.
It's a hood dog.
Your dog from the hood. That's all that is. But yeah. So
that's $1 million idea. Doggy headphones.
It sounds good, but
they have the hood.
It's they would never stay on.
Happy hood that you put on their heads.
That's noise canceling?
No.
That's somebody trying to look cute, torture their dog. You know, dogs be looking stressed in them outfits, y'all. Like they be looking stressed in them little sweaters and stuff. They look so
every holiday.
All right, so we gotta get into it. We'll do that all day. But we here. But I'm saying, like, I mean, we're recording.
Nah, you're right.
We're recording on this, whatever you want to call it. But you know,
on this bullshit ass holiday.
Yeah, America.
But I definitely took advantage of it. I got sleep. I chilled. My phone didn't ring because the rest of them is celebrating it. So I got a little break. Yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go play over there? Go play over there. I'm good over here. You know, for at least for the day. So I just wish that like we on the holiday, we still got some bullshit that needs to be discussed.
Absolutely.
So we might not be on here too long today, but I think what you sent, because I hadn't seen that yet. I thought that was very interesting.
I stumbled across it on the TikTok. You know, I always get into TikTok beefs, and you know,
you be commenting.
No. But whenever there's a TikTok beef, I always have to do my own research because I gotta see what everybody's talking about because I feel lost. And I just found it so funny that, you know, I stumbled across this one.
So
I'll be seeing them on Instagram all the time.
So how about for the audience? Can you explain what you saw?
Like it's like a Dateline interview.
We have an expert witness here. Can you describe what you saw?
It don't be that nice. He'd be like,
in the wake of the overturning Roe versus Wade, women, especially white women, have been in an uproar. So they have decided to use Tupac's "Keep Your Head Up" to be the song for the movement for feminism. So Black women are pissed, Black men are pissed because the song was not written for them. So as I was doing my research, I've seen Hispanic women say, not Black women gatekeeping again, which I was crazy. I ran across a white woman who used the song, and you know, somebody came for her in the comments and she was like, you know, clowning her. And I'm like, so now Not only did you steal a song that was not written for you, but you also disrespected a Black woman, but you're using the song that is supposed to be about how we are disrespected. And you're doing exactly what, the shit is about. So now the white women are like, oh, if Tupac was alive, he would be proud. Clearly, you don't know Tupac and what he stood for. Because if you did, you wouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
So this is I don't know. I thought
that's a terrible. First of all, that's a terrible statement to make.
Exactly. Yeah, I got it. Look, it was a few of them. They were like, "Oh, if Tupac was alive today, he would be marching right with us. He would not. He would not be marching with y'all.
Nah,
clearly, you
not
don't
with y'all.
know,
At least
you don't know Tupac's background. You don't know his history or where he came from. You don't know anything about his family, especially his aunt. Like you don't know what they represent. They would not be walking with you.
Right. Like we're talking about the Tupac that pistol whipped some cops because they were drunk messing with some kid.
This goes deep, right?
Yeah.
I think this goes way beyond the song. I think this goes back to the roots of Black creativity and always being taken away from us.
Trying to like white people literally Columbusing.
Yeah, or like I'm a Star Trek fan, we call them the Borg. They just take and assimilate everything. Like they just take. And this actually, and this would have this could have been done actually a way to acknowledge Black people in the struggle. You would have been able, like, no Black person would have had a real issue if you just used the song, credited Tupac, acknowledge where the roots of the song came from. Give credit where credit is due. Show acknowledgement.
Right.
Wouldn't have been an issue. No one would have batted an eye.
Right.
The fact that they just straight got defensive and just straight like went left, bashed it, and then talked gatekeeping.
Oh no. Well, there were some people who did pay credit and said, gave a little history, but people were still pissed. They were like, no, because to be honest with you, it's like the song they're using this song, but it's not about what they think it's about.
Right.
Like it's not about. They're taking the lyrics like how we rape our women and basically tell us how to. I can't remember the lyrics verbatim. It's been a long time, but this was my go-to song always when I did men about things. I would always reference this song, but it's not. He's not rapping about what they think he's rapping about. Yeah, he's rapping about how Black women are disrespected by the Black men.
Yeah, I got the lyrics right here. Yeah.
Yep, I do too.
It's just wild to me how they really are sitting up here like, well, this song is for us. I mean, they could use I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. Right. That is a perfect feminist song.
Right. Or something, or that one song by Katy Perry.
Well, like I said, I didn't. I don't know. Like
it's a different one, but I don't know.
Like I said, my issue is not the usage of the song. It's how, again, Black people are treated in this process.
It's the audacity.
My issue is the usage of the song. Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
it's the issue that they took the song and they used it. I don't even care if they did acknowledge. You still shouldn't use the song.
Right.
I don't think it should be.
They're using it because they, like you said, they have no idea what this song is about. So someone probably played a song for one of them. They heard that piece and they ran with that piece. I know it's I'm gonna read it. Got our name from a woman and our game from a woman. I wonder why we take from our women. Why do we rape our women? Do we hate our women? That's because that those bars are used.
Right.
Black people have been using them for since this song has come out. That's the most popular part of the song.
Decades.
So somebody heard that. So again, you can't take a piece of something without knowing the full context. And then when you're educated on the context, you're educated on the song. Like I said, this could have easily been done like, oh, okay, cool. Apologize, we like the song. No, but to come back with defense, to come back with straight hate, straight anger, like you said, the audacity, that's the issue here.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's time and time again that always happens. And then they throw words out there like you're gatekeeping. How do we gatekeep something that's ours? One.
Exactly. It's the same thing with hairstyle. They always say we're gatekeeping hairstyles, but we are really the only ones who have texture like our hair. These hairstyles are created for our hair. So why do we get mad when hairstyles don't work for them, like braids or weaves or dreads? Like you're taking what's ours, and then they try to say, oh, well, you want to be like us because you straighten your hair like us, and you wear long hair. Black women have long, beautiful hair too that is straight. Some of us not all have the kinky curly hair. Some of us have different textures. Like, I just think that's crazy to me. And it's not it's not the first time I've seen a TikTok beef. The last one was the song Strange Fruit. So I guess Kanye and another rapper sampled Strange Fruit. So
Nina Simone, right?
No.
Oh,
no.
I'm gonna get in trouble for
that.
that.
Strange Fruit is by, oh my God. What's her name?
Looking it up.
Damn it. Oh, I can't, because it was a whole big thing because it was her versus the United States because they didn't want her to sing that song anymore.
Billie Holiday.
Is it Billie Holiday?
I think so, because
or Nina. I mean,
because it was a Hulu. What's her name played her on
Andra Day.
Yeah,
love her. Absolutely love her.
They had said, can you please stop using the song? And they're like, oh, it's just a song that was sampled, but you don't understand where the song came from. You take away from the music is about, well, basically about blacks hanging, basically the hanging of blacks. And they just take the song and you see a bunch of white people dancing to it. Like, it's embarrassing.
That's not what this is for. Like, you gotta, especially with music, like we always say that, like, oh, there's this interpretation, oh, there's this interpretation, but like there are definitely certain songs that aren't up for interpretation. Like Tupac's music, Tupac talks about, like, he literally talks about racism, and he talks about like how people are being struck down because of what they believe in.
Yeah.
And now you want to take this song and you want to, not only are you misinterpreting it, you're trying to use it, you're taking it and using it for your own agenda that doesn't align with what that person believed in.
Because they feel like the message, they're like, and just by the way that they're using it, they feel like Tupac wrote this about women's rights being taken away. But it's very, like you said, it's much deeper than that, because he talked about Black poverty. He also mentioned the young lady who was killed.
Right.
Like, and
he talks about his own mom. Like,
pause. Hold on. Tupac tells you exactly who the song is for at the beginning of the song.
In the beginning. And that's what a lot of the Black women are saying on TikTok. Like, but they and he even in the first of all,
something for my godson Elijah and a little
girl named Curran.
That's Salt and Pepper's daughter.
Yes.
Salt's daughter. So he wrote that because he was inspired by Salt.
Yeah.
But also the album is called Strictly for My Niggas. And in the first verse, he says, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
The darker the flesh, the deeper the roots.
I got to give a holler to my sisters on welfare.
Tupac cares and nobody else care.
So this is like, we can't have nothing.
I'm so convinced that where any of those other parts in the TikTok,
no, and that's what they're like. Oh, if you're going to use the song, use the whole song. Use the whole song. But it was only the one part where he talks about, again, I can't remember the lyrics by heart, but y'all got it.
Why we rape our women, why we take from our women, like, when we got a game from women.
Here's why, like, the song is a catalyst. Like I said, I keep saying this is a bigger picture here. This is what constantly happens to us in our creativity. I say it again.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you the flip side of it, right? Song like this gets used out of context. We get no credit. Oh, we're gatekeeping, blah, blah, blah. Right.
There's a reason.
But hold on, wait.
Okay, my bad.
The issue here is when they gatekeep theirs. For example, this made me think about, it's a different concept but it goes back to gatekeeping. Lil Nas X, country music song, right? Tried to break into country music.
Yeah, and they
would not let him.
They weren't.
And we are big country western. Yep. Oh, cosplay too. They try to gatekeep cosplay. Yes. And if we be honest, anime characters are Japanese, not even white. So the fact that you're trying to gatekeep cosplay and say that they're white characters, but they're not. They're Japanese. They're not white.
Right. The fact that we had to have our own BlurCon DC here. Yep. That happened this weekend. Shout out to them. But like,
shout out to BlurCon.
So when we try to break in and get a little piece, a little crumb, they'll shut us down entirely, right?
Right.
Like,
and then on top of that, you weren't even the people that made this. How are you gatekeeping something that you know nothing about?
But this is my point. They really didn't create a lot of this. They take it, they bully it, and then they try to manipulate it to make it seem like it was theirs.
You shouted out BlurCon. This very same thing happened at BlurCon.
Yep. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so they always try to bully us out of stuff. This is a constant thing. And it would never get credit for anything. That's why I'm saying, like, the song is a piece of this, but this goes back to that mentality of we just gonna bully you out of it.
Right.
We just gonna take it. We're gonna use it however we want to use it. And no. And the problem here is, and I know if you're watching this, people might be watching and listening like, oh, this is not a big deal. It actually is a big deal for Black culture. It's a big deal for Black artistry, because what happens is our art gets lost and diluted over time. When you start taking away the meaning from some of this stuff, or when you start flipping it around and you don't, because you can't tell me they don't care to be educated. It's not that they weren't told. They know good and damn well what they're doing.
Right.
They don't care.
Yeah.
For our education on this. They don't care for our interpretation on this. They don't care to give us credit for it. They're going to use it however they see fit. And as time goes on and generations goes on, this song becomes a song that takes away the original root of Black women. Talking about Black women, being for Black women, an empowering song. And now you take it for a whole totally different meaning. That is a big deal when we start talking about generations down the road. Like, and you can't deny that. That's why this is a big deal, y'all. Like, we see this happen over and over and over again.
And
especially, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me read another part of this. I think it's time that we kill for our women. Time we heal our women. Time to heal our women. Be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that'll hate the ladies that make the babies. Like, you gotta. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this about every time somebody try to talk to me about when Black men treat women so, I always have to reference that song. Like, Tupac said this was gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that it's still relevant to this day. It first of all, it says a lot about what's going on now, and also it tells you that their job wasn't able to be done in their lifetime, which is really sad, but also the magnitude of how bad it is right now is terrible.
Can you imagine hearing this now at the feminist marches? They're going to be playing this song, and it's funny because a lot of people will debate that the feminist movement wasn't even started for Black women.
Right. It wasn't.
No. But you know what?
They not only that, they were excluded actively.
My thing is, if you play this song, you better play the entire song. 1, 2, do not censor it.
Right.
Play the whole song. And then see what you're really listening to.
Right.
Like, that's my thing. Don't just play a caption from it. Don't just play those couple bars. Nah, go ahead and hit that whole line.
Right.
Like start from the beginning, and let them really digest it then.
Right.
Like, that's my thing. If you're gonna play the whole song, play the whole song then.
Play the whole song.
Nah, because if you really want to get that deep, pull out Tupac catalog. Yeah, go ahead and play some other Tupac songs. Talking about he would be proud, he would be with us.
But also, not only that, do your research, because Tupac was an activist. Right. His whole family is activists.
Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's literally the son of Black Panthers.
His aunt is like over in Cuba.
Right.
Joanne Chesimard, and I know that because my mom forced me to read her book when I was in elementary school for my book report.
Right. And in that same vein, why isn't that taught in school?
You know why?
I mean, we know why.
I know why they won't teach us about Joanne Chesimard when I was in school, because she killed a state trooper and fled the country. So they would definitely teach about her. But if they did the research, and she left because racism was such a big issue here. She left for that. So the fact that the white women would sit up there on TikTok and be like, "Oh, Tupac would be so proud." No, he would not be proud that y'all are using this song.
Because they have no idea. They have no idea who Tupac really is.
He'll send you a cease and desist, or he'll pull up on it. You know what? Knowing like Tupac's music, he would pull up to whatever rally was happening.
If Tupac was alive today in social media era, he would be a menace, like straight up, like
an absolute menace. That's true,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, so, like. And so again,
but also I know he'd pull up to like some of these and be like, "Hey, yo, stop playing my song. Like y'all don't understand what's going on right now."
He was very vocal about police brutality. So
absolutely,
man. And they chose. This is what annoys me. This is probably his mildest song. They really chose his mild song. Like, it's a great song.
It is. Keep your head up, man.
But
it's a classic.
But when it comes to Tupac, like it's not vulgar at all. You know, it's not like it's not it's not like hit him up.
That's true. Yo, they should start. Oh man, can you imagine if they start playing hit him up?
But that's what I'm saying. Like if they really, I think eventually they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
Oh, absolutely.
And that
this is gonna blow up in their face.
That's what I'm saying. Like
no, because it's typical. They never see that they did anything wrong. But I'm sorry. To me personally, I feel like I don't even care if you're saying, you know, this song was written for Black women. Don't use the song, period.
Right.
No, usually this stuff don't really affect me this way, but I was mad. I was like, no, hell no, this is not for you. This is not for you. This is for us. This is not for you.
Also, this is what Also, this is honestly part of the whole reason I didn't want to get on TikTok, because there's a whole shit ton of this just on TikTok. And I was just like, I mean, it's on all social medias, but at the same time, like you actively see it, and it just it made me angry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the dances, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
and like you said, it goes back to credit. Like, credit is simple. I can say, oh, Kenny is the one that started this show. Like, can you imagine if like down the line, if in like a couple of years, if I like left Maryland and I started doing like meetups, and I was like, yeah, so my show, the show that I started by myself, Community Coalition show, like I know that you would be angry about that. I know you would be angry about that.
And Kenneth.
Yeah, I mean, but like this is
that's what I'm talking about. Like, you need to give credit where credit is due, and if you don't, there's a reason that you're actively not doing it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's the history stuff. It's the history part for me.
Right.
Like, you know what? This yesterday I was actually watching a little something on songs. Right.
Mm-hmm.
YMCA by the Village People came on.
Mm.
That is a classic example of people taking a song they have no idea what it's about and running with it.
Mm-hmm.
That song YMCA was really about, especially in the 70s, at the time when people it was a gay man being taboo.
Mm-hmm.
The actual YMCA, gay men would go to the YMCA to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the unspoken hangout spot, the little, like
Right.
the down low spot.
Mm-hmm.
They took that song.
It was a safe space for them.
The YMCA. Think about what the YMCA. People don't know the YMCA stands for Young Men's Christian Association. Which, again, talk about Christian Association in the 70s, would not promote gay men at all. They took the song because it had their name in it. They thought, and that was their theme. That's their anthem.
Right.
Having not really an idea what that song was really about. Blew the song up. The song was really an anthem for gay men.
Oh, I got one better for you. And this also involves Black people, mainly Black people. Olivia by the Whispers.
Yep.
Talking about singing. Men was talking about how they used to sing this to their girl to woo them. Talking about a young prostitute.
Yes.
Yes.
But they sing that song every day.
You said Bolivia.
No, Olivia.
Olivia. My bad.
By the Whispers.
Yep.
Olivia by the Whispers.
And then you listen to the lyrics like, why are people singing this as a love song? This is not a love song.
Every step you take, the joint Sting sings. That song is really about stalking a woman. And this is what I'm saying. Like, so go ahead and keep playing with Tupac. Keep playing with Tupac. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all just we just can't have nothing. We just can't have nothing. That's the thing that annoys me.
The lyrics.
I am looking up the lyrics.
Is it called Olivia Lost and Turned Out?
It's both.
Okay.
Yeah, which means
Yo, like so.
And I mean, people were
Hold on.
talking about how they used to sing this song to their girl when they slow dance. Like, this is not a love song.
Let me read this one line. What will your kinfolk say? Olivia, the slave.
Fam.
You're singing that to your girl?
Back in them days, it probably was. Yeah. But like, this is this is what they do. And they just take stuff and just run with it. But then here's the problem. But this is my problem, because the truth takes so long to get exposed. Like,
well, I think also when we try to educate them, they silence us, because it's like the hairstyles. When people educate them on cornrows or dreads, they try to silence us. It's just a hairstyle. It's not just a hairstyle. And that's why you shouldn't rock these hairstyles, because they're not just a hairstyle. That's just like when they put on the Native American clothes and they just walk around and do things, and they're like, well, it's just an outfit. But it's not just an outfit. It means a lot to Native Americans.
It means a lot, yeah.
It's a part of their culture, and you're literally shitting on their culture.
It's Cinco de Mayo. And they're like, oh, it's just another day. But Cinco de Mayo means something to Mexicans.
Right.
And actually, we blown it out to where if you go back to the roots of Cinco de Mayo, again, that's another one to play. It's not really they don't celebrate it like the Americans do.
Right.
It doesn't. People don't even know what it is. Like, I'm not gonna go to the details of that. But then, for example, you talking about the hair remedy.
Educate yourself.
What do they call? I just heard this a couple weeks ago.
Box braids, or
what is it? No, like braids. They call it something else now. Remember we were talking about this couple weeks ago?
We were.
And they were calling the hairstyle a totally different name. And even my wife was like, what are y'all talking about? And apparently it was like braids. And they have a whole new name for it. And my wife was sitting there like, what are y'all talking about? What? Like, they're like, oh, it's this braids. What? Y'all took a concept that was already there, called it something completely different, and now y'all act like y'all invented it.
Right.
Like, some of you, the white girls, when I went to school, when I was in elementary school, they used to take their little ashy behinds to Aruba and the Bahamas, and they would come back with the cornrows with beads and be like, look, my hair is just like yours. Oh, that used to irk my soul. But they don't think that what they're doing is offensive.
Right.
You know, and then when you try to educate them and you tell them about it, they'll be like, well, I didn't know. Well, we tried to tell you, you didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with box braids. Then
Mhm.
they'll say, oh, you guys are just trying to gatekeep the hairstyle. But then 2 days later, their hair is falling out.
Mhm.
It's not for you. It's not for
Right.
your texture.
And that's why one of my favorite gifs is Kev on stage when he says it's for black people anyway. That's one of my favorite gifs. And it's so like the amount of things on the internet that it's just relevant to is insane. Yeah.
They always say that we try to gatekeep things, but listen,
Where did it
had
start?
this conversation so many times about putting a patent on blackness. I promise you, if we did, there's so much that they've been inspired by, and it's not even only white people; it's all different races have been inspired by things. Like if you think about reggaeton,
yeah.
come on now. It's an inspiration from reggae music.
Afro beats.
Come on, bro.
Sorry, y'all got me.
And they don't give us our credit. And we don't demand our credit because some of us will say, oh, it's not that deep. It's not that, but it is that deep.
It is.
Maybe
Not only is it that deep, it's deeper.
Exactly.
It is that deep. Sorry, y'all.
I get offended. I do get offended when I see white people with dreads. Absolutely. Because you don't understand the reason for it. I definitely get offended when I see white women with extension braids in their hair. Like, why? I definitely get offended by it.
Yeah. And it's really like, I think I told you guys this. There was like a kid that was like, that kid had to be like 10 or 12. This kid had dreads. And I saw him sometimes whenever he passed my school. And every time I saw him, I was just like, yo, first of all, who did that to you? And second of all, why is your hair like this?
You know what I think it is? You know, sometimes white people don't want to do their hair. I just think it got matted, so they just push it off as dread.
Damn.
That's what I think it is.
So
but I saw a white girl in the mall a few years ago. She was dating a black man, and she really had on a t-shirt that says African Queen and earrings with her hair wrapped. It said African Queen. I was heated. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Somebody snatch and drag this hoe.
Right. I was about to say somebody should grab her and do things, but allegedly.
Hold on. So like to give a little bit more education to this, right? This is what I was looking for like earlier. So classic example, what we're talking about. Here's a real world example. Dutch braids.
Oh, that's what they call them.
Dutch braids. This is what we went through. We actually went through that. We experienced this. They were talking about all these Dutch things. Dutch. We were like, what is Dutch? Dutch braids. If you Google it, they're pretty much like cornrows.
No. Give me. So I'm gonna need.
Which originated in Africa. But again, think about this. This African women used to tie their hair into various kinds of braids to protect them from damage caused by the sun. That is history, right?
Absolutely.
So there's a real root for this. But my thing is,
I'm not getting what you're getting for Dutch braids.
What are you looking up?
I did Dutch braids and I'm getting French braids.
Which is kind of the same thing, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, but I thought it was.
I think one is single, one is two going down.
Boxer braids. I think that's what it was called.
But here's the problem. She did that. They already have a name. They had a name. But this Dutch, French, why do you think that's used? To soften it up for the white people. To make it more acceptable. It sounds better for them when they call it that. So I was thinking, like, this is crazy. Think about that. Like, that is theft. We're just gonna take from you, repackage it up, and roll it out so our people are okay with this name.
Right.
That's what that was.
The problem I have is that our people are okay with it. That's the shit that pisses me off.
So I don't think that it's that we're okay with it. I think it's that we're tired of fighting because this happens so freaking often.
I think it's a combination of things. I mean, there's a lot of Black people who don't educate themselves in these things. One,
right.
I think there are a lot that are tired, but then it also, like, for change to happen, you have to have both sides want to change.
Right.
So unfortunately, in this situation, Black people want change, but white people could care less.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we arguing with them, they could care less.
Right.
So
it's literally talking to a wall.
So it's
you gotta choose violence. I'm just kidding.
The more every week that goes by, I'm actually leaning more and more in favor of, like,
violence.
We going about our damn business.
That's how I'm about to be like, Asada, I'm out of here. She left. I'm leaving this. Like,
right.
She dipped off to Cuba. So
mm-hmm.
you gonna find my ass right in Cuba.
Right.
Somewhere.
I'm really more in favor of, like, we go do our thing.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, because, like, I don't want to get too deep because I didn't want to be here too long tonight, but, like,
right. But also, like, what you're saying is, even when we're trying to do our own thing, white people are always like, hey, what y'all doing over here?
White people in.
Right.
Yes. Like, I say this all the time. You never see a group of Black people looking over there like, what y'all doing over there?
Nah.
And when we do, like, when Black people do, when we go to, like, a Mexican party, they put on suavemente, we get on that floor. We always give credit where credit's due. It's the same thing when we do the little Bollywood dance. We always give credit where credit's due. We never steal it and try to say it's ours.
Right.
No, that's the difference. That's the difference. Like, we can go mutually respect, honor, celebrate, and then when we done, we go on back over in our business,
Right.
Like,
and I think I'm starting to, maybe the reason that we are able to do that is because we really have a culture. White, and we've said this before. White people don't have a culture.
They do not have culture. They
do not have
culture vultures. So
right. And if they do have culture, it's pillaging, it's rape.
It's taking.
It's stealing. Yeah.
It's literally stealing. That is their culture, to steal and take it and then repackage it for themselves. Like, literally.
Right.
Like, so there's a reason why they always have to look for everyone else's culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing when you ever see the white women on TikTok who, let's say they dated a Black man or grew up in the hood. They have to act a certain way. Like, you just can't be regular.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You ever see the women on TikTok who hang on Black girls and then they try to act Black? Like,
you know what the sad thing is? I don't have to look on TikTok. I grew up around it.
Oh, true. I used to get that. Can you teach me how to talk Black? The fuck does that even mean?
Yo,
can you teach me how to
ask?
Can you teach me how to do this dance?
It's not even just the women, though. We see it in all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we see it all the time.
You know what's even worse than TikTok? Go back to Vine, and it's arguably worse on there because
I ain't even around no more. It's TikTok.
No, but
go back to the Vine videos.
No, but literally, like, they were, like, in addition to, like, all the fuck shit that was going on there, they were paying the Black creators less.
Oh, they still do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these don't even get credit at all.
Right.
sad thing is Tupac didn't get pranked. Does this state get any credit from any of this? Like,
right. Like, are you paying his family?
All this publicity, all this press, all this usage. He ain't probably his state didn't get nothing.
Right.
But like I said, this goes beyond social media.
Mm-hmm.
Walk the streets.
Yeah.
Walk the streets. I can go downtown DC right now.
Mm-hmm.
Start talking about gentrification and all that stuff.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Like they just have to be at where we at. They gotta be around. Like,
and you know what the sad thing is? They're looking at us like for what to do next when they don't have to do that. When they're already. The sad thing is they're ahead of us in so many other things.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Ooh, okay.
I will say they hold the cards.
Okay.
I will say they wield the power, not ahead. There's a difference there.
Okay.
So like,
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so like, what they do is, like I said, they wait for us to move, take that, and then they throw it back over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah,
and it starts to thrive more over there.
Well, because when you got the resources to make it happen,
mm-hmm.
when you got the, like I said, when you got the resources, when you have the power to make stuff pop, for real, like then it pops. Yeah.
Right.
But when you got Black creatives over here that just starving to get anything out, you know, look at our industries. Look at the music. We talk about this all the time. The music industry, David.
Mm-hmm.
What is the music industry? Music industry is rape culture.
Literally rape culture, because
in business form.
You grab somebody, you say, "Hey, I'm going to give you this amount of money," and you put out this amount of music, and we'll pay you for it.
No, I'm gonna make all this money off of you, and I'm going to give you crumbs for what you made.
Right, but
I'm gonna keep a damn thing. You
and not only that,
I'm gonna take what you made, make all this money over you, and I'm gonna give you a little bit from what you made.
Right, and not only that, I'm going to own everything that you're doing.
That's what people don't read either.
For the rest of your career,
yeah,
I'm going to own everything you do.
We look at that. Look at sports. Sports is the same thing.
Right.
Y'all don't get fooled by these NBA contracts. Okay, we'll give you 200 million. We made 20 billion off of you.
Right.
So that little 200 we gave you, it looks like a large amount, but we've made 10 times more than that off of you.
Right.
Like, don't be fooled by these. We think people get money. They're making exponentially way more money off of the talent that's on the field or the court.
Right.
That's rape culture. That's rape culture. We're milking you dry. NFL for years didn't even want to give out health insurance to people who were retired, to athletes who are retired. We made all this money off of you. We literally sucked your body dry, and we just send you out to pasture. Here, go take that. You good.
Right.
While we continue to make money off your name and likeness.
Right.
Mind you, the retired players, you can still see their pictures and stuff everywhere. You still go to the Hall of Fame, see their bus and stuff like that. A lot of them dudes can't even get light health insurance.
Right.
They can't even have surgeries after their usage. We raped your body for years and years, and we send you on your way. We still making money off you till this day.
You have sensitive times now. When you keep saying the word rape, you know,
no, I'm calling
it trigger warning.
I'm calling it what it is. Right. It should be a trigger warning. It is a business form of it. It may not be with the traditional standpoint of what we look at. It's the business form. I'm taking something from you. Like, so that's what I'm saying. So like, it looks like the business models just go back to what we're talking about again and again and again.
Right. It's using
part of that, though, the people who are signing these contracts, they have to take some type of accountability because they're the ones who are not reading.
Think about it. I mean,
but also you have to remember, like, if I'm down bad and someone dangles $1 million in front of me, I have to take that because because I need something so that I can eat tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but it's also like
that's taking advantage of my situation.
Yeah, but there's very few alternatives even at that level.
Exactly.
When you're talking about now that you're the cream of the crop, you're the 1% of what you do in the world. And the structure that's designed is designed the same way. So just like I said, This week we saw guys, $200 million contracts in NBA,
right?
Which is great. It's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the system is designed that they're still getting, if 1% of everything that's coming out still,
Right.
So it's like the system is designed. Now you do have outliers every now and then. You got guys like LeBron who have been able to push past that and create their own space, and now they can own and stuff like that.
Right. But you gotta think about,
he's won. So like it's possible, but like I said, when they hold all the cards, think about the work system. We talk about the work system in this country. Corporation the company makes all this money. The employees get a crumb.
Right. And not only that, we're taught to be employees.
Well, that's the
we're
thing.
Not taught to be CEOs or owners or creators. We're taught to be think about it in school. Like what were we taught all day?
Yeah.
You're taught to write on paper and then turn it in. What do they do at work?
But that's the thing. So it's like most people don't even know what they don't know. So like we go back to the music industry, for example. We see artists, they come in and it's not until like a couple years in contract, they're like, oh, wait, nah. There's some bull. Now they fight.
That was like a big thing where like artists were going on tour and they were making all this money, but their albums weren't selling, but the tour, that's where they get their money from.
So it's like,
and guess what? A lot of the labels out there, they'll take like 90% of that.
Right. Because they'll say, oh, it goes towards this and this and this when you're on tour.
So it's like,
and not only that, hey, you still owe us money.
So then it's like,
this doesn't count.
And then we talk about that too. Okay, go get a lawyer. They get a lawyer. The lawyer's already in bed with the record label. Your lawyer is not bigger than their lawyer, so your lawyer loses.
Right.
So it's like, even when you try it, it's like, it's literally you're in a maze and you're just running the maze all day.
Right.
And so again, all that to say, I know that was long-winded, but to go back to what we're talking about with this concept, the creativity part, how Black people really struggle in these situations because we don't hold the cards for the resources. We don't hold the cards at the end of the maze.
Right.
So we get songs like this and,
start patenting things.
Right.
So we have to. But even in this situation, like, and now we got these loopholes of social media. Before social media, you would have had to get some approval for this. Before TikTok, to use a song like this, you would have had to get some approval for this.
But I know on Instagram, they for dang sure don't let you use nothing unless you say, this is not my song or some stupid stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You actively have, it's also on YouTube because you have to actively say, hey, I don't own this. This is purely for entertainment purposes. And I just did this for my own enjoyment.
Yeah, but guess who the record companies like? TikTok. For that reason. Why? Because it's
help the sales.
Exactly. So okay, you gonna play the song? Y'all gonna play the song? Y'all gonna run this song? Who gets the kickback?
Kate Bush song.
Who gets the kickback?
Y'all don't watch Stranger Things. You probably don't know.
But
probably not. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a big deal, y'all. If we don't speak up on these things,
nothing changes.
We eventually lose.
Right.
Here.
We lose. Tupac loses. Our culture takes an L, y'all. It really does.
Black women lose.
Yeah. Because again, when we need motivators in our culture. We fighting so much. We need things that we can draw to, and that's what our art does for us.
Absolutely.
Our art inspires us. It motivates us. It gives us things to turn to and draw from. And if you slowly strip those things away from us, you strip away, again, the motivations, the passion, the things we turn to. That's why art in general in culture is very important.
Absolutely.
Extremely important. And that's why you see other cultures fight tooth and nail for their art. They will fight to the end for their art to preserve it. If we don't do that, they're not there. Will take it from us.
Right.
So, I just saw you said that and it made me think of I watched this show on Netflix called The Home Edit, and they went to see Lauren Conrad and her business partner. Y'all know Lauren Conrad. She's from Laguna Beach.
Okay.
So they go out and buy like stuff made by Mexican women or African women, and they like bring it back here and they sell it for like a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, y'all can't make your own shit.
No, they can't.
Because it's easier to just go find someone else's and we can afford to do it.
Right.
That's the thing. That's what it goes back to again.
I just feel like maybe I get so, like, maybe I get mad over little things. It made me mad, but
no,
I just feel like
you're totally justified.
White people will take stuff and they try to make it seem like, oh, what I'm doing is helping. I'm helping, but you're not helping.
It's not.
You're stealing.
Right. Like you're actively making it worse. And the worse it gets, the less people know what's going on, which is total bullshit. Kenny, what you looking at, man? Because
because again, it just takes me back to like every time I think of this situation. Again, y'all know I'm a big Star Trek fan. And it takes me back to the Borg. And when the Borg show up, if you ever get a chance, just Google it, they're a race of machines, and their whole being, their whole purpose is to go around and just straight take entire cultures and civilizations and just make it their own. It's a part of them now.
Right.
They are powerful. You can't fight them. You can't deal with them. There's no reasoning with them. Like when they show up, their whole goal, they're going to take your whole civilization and make it theirs. They don't care about you. So when they show up, this is what they say. We are the Borg. Your biological and technological distinctiveness will be added to our own. Resistance is futile. And every time I really feel like whoever created them in that character, this is what they were thinking about.
Yeah.
Is this classic Star Trek or
Next Generation?
Okay.
We start Next Generation.
This sounds like
white people.
Yeah.
Think about it. Then again, if you go back to, I was watching a video on this a couple weeks ago. The British Empire had literally conquered. I think it was almost 80% of the.
I was about to say.
At one point.
Yeah.
80% of all the cultures in the world, they had conquered all over the world. Till this day, we still see the effects of their rule in other parts of the world.
Absolutely.
I was thinking about like India has huge issues from British rule. They messed their borders up. They having civil war with Pakistan and stuff like that. Why? Because British took them over, and when they left, they messed the border up in between India and Pakistan.
Yep.
That's their fault. Left those countries in shambles over the border they made. Like stuff like that has happened all over the world because of them. We look at the Caribbean countries. They had to fight tooth and nail for their independence.
Right.
Like
literally like a few countries like just got their independence.
Yeah, for like in the stream of countries, like it felt like almost like so it's like this is what they do. They went around and straight assimilated the world and took everything biological, cultural, tech distinctiveness will be added to our own.
Right. Committed mass genocide.
Yep, either get down or lay down.
And mass doesn't even describe it.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the true story of Thanksgiving. Okay.
Slavery.
Or how they took Hawaii.
Like literally. This road around, I was watching the history of like the Philippines and stuff like that, like that part of the world. This straight ran over there like this us right now. Y'all, who y'all? Like it was literally like this
we're
us
from
this
here.
Us, we take this.
We're from here. We were born here. We lived here.
They're trying to change history, and because they don't want people to know how fucked up they really are.
Literally.
Well, you know what the sad thing is? Like as they're trying to like erase history, like people are finding this out, like because like there are people out there that's finding this out because they're trying to erase it.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. Like, talk to people from other parts of the world,
Right.
and what they learn about American history, they learn a lot more of the truth because it's not censored like it is here.
Mm-hmm.
So talk, like I was talking, who was like someone from like, what was it? Was it like Turkey or somewhere? When they talk about American history, like they know a lot more of the details than Americans do about our own history.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot from my history teacher. I mean, it wasn't in the syllabus, but he definitely taught us a lot, especially about Martin Luther King. But that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. But if you think about it, I mean, I spent time around teachers in schools.
Mm-hmm.
We think teachers really are the authorities on a lot of this education. They're not, y'all. They're regurgitating what they were taught too.
Right.
That's why I never really learned anything from school. Everything I learned at home. My parents, they throwing the black, especially about blackness. Oh,
right. And especially with like learning how to function, because school doesn't teach you how to function. They teach you how to stay in line.
Yeah, because that's the culture here, is stay in line.
That's like we were just talking about the other day, like people really need to learn how banking really works. Like back in the day, you know, they used to teach you how to write a check and all of that fun stuff, how to balance a checkbook. And now they don't teach you that. And people just really don't understand how banking works.
Right.
No, like a lot of systems. We're not taught systems.
Right. And
especially in this culture, in this country.
It's definitely deliberate.
Yeah. Why is it I know the Pythagorean theorem, but it took me a long time to learn about credit?
Right. Why do I know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell?
I can tell you,
but I don't know how, like, I don't know how to go to the bank and ask for a loan.
Yeah.
You know, that's embarrassing that you just said that about credit, because I ain't gonna hold you. I just really learned how credit really works last year.
I mean, I really feel like I spent the majority of my 20s learning about credit, taking L's, coming out of them, learning through practice, really. Like, there was no course. I had to learn on the fly. Oh, damn, I did that. Oh, that messed my credit up. Oh, dang, I didn't even know. Oh, I did this. I messed my credit up. Oh, I didn't even know. Like, so I'm learning stuff after the fact, after my credit already jacked up. Like, because no one taught. So that's how we have to learn. That's how we end up learning stuff, through trial and error. You just throw you out to the wolves, here, go live. And you're just figuring it out as you go along. But I can tell you all the elements of the periodic table, though.
Right. Hydrogen.
I used to know. I think I got all of them. Yeah.
Sheesh.
I can tell you every state capital.
Right.
I could teach you how to make grape soda out of a glove.
Yeah. I could tell you, I think I used to be able to get you every zip code in the country.
And
if I don't know the exact one, if you give me the first 3 digits, I could tell you what state it's in. Like
940.
That's Cali somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah. That's my old.
See? That's what I'm saying. Like
908.
908. Oh man. It's West Coast. It's West Coast.
Nope, it's not.
It's not. Where is it?
It's New Jersey.
908. Are
Uh-huh.
you sure?
Yeah, that's my area code.
That's a new one.
And then 606.
Really slim.
Hold on, no. Zip code, not area code.
Oh, I thought you said area code.
Zip code.
606. Okay. Yeah, 606.
606 zip code?
Yeah. That's the first 3 digits. And it's gonna be funny when you actually hear how I know this.
606 has got to be like, that's not. Is that northern? Is that like? It's not like Idaho, no. Where is it? So
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois. 606.
That's what I said.
Like,
I knew it was somewhere northern. Yeah.
Okay, I got one. That's done.
Damn it. All right. So we're going here now. All right.
04401.
04401.
I
might have an idea.
That's definitely New England, isn't it?
Ooh, you close. New England, but
hold on. 0.
I have a guess, but I don't know.
044. 044. Is that Connecticut somewhere?
Maine.
Maine. Okay.
Oh. I was gonna say Delaware because of the 0.
08854. Go.
Well, if you think about it, the zip codes went with the expansion of the country. So that's why the lower numbers start up top. I didn't think Maine had that many zip codes. So yeah. So that's if you I literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do I know stuff like that off the top of the head?
Right.
But I couldn't get to, like I said, banking.
Right. I don't know how to take out a loan. I don't know how to apply for a loan. I don't know how to like write a grant letter. These are things that would absolutely benefit the Black community right now.
Yeah. And then it's
crazy if we learned it in school, there would be more money in the Black community.
But see, here's my thing, and this is where I'm always going to be torn. We depend too much on school to teach us a lot of things.
Right.
And you're not going to learn it. School's only supposed to teach you the basics. Everything else that you want to learn, your parents can teach you that. But they don't. Some people don't. But the parents should be teaching you this stuff at home.
Mm-hmm. Here's the problem when you don't have parents.
Well,
and that goes back to systems.
But school has always taught you just the bare minimum. They never went above and beyond.
Right. Yeah. Like when someone when someone says like, oh, why can't you just ask for a loan from your parents? Like, not everybody can do that.
No. Well, again, go back to generations. Our parents were less educated than we were.
Right.
Parents before us are less educated, things like that. Like, we're exposed to more information as time is going on with technology and things like that. Right. But also, too, now the other systems come into play. Dang. Well, what is it? One every 4 Black men has been in jail at some point in life or something like that. Okay, there goes Dad. He in jail. He locked up. The mom's holding it down. What's the workforce look like? It may be hard for her to educate because she's trying to make it happen.
Right.
You may not even have time to sit down and educate and teach. You know, but then also too, how do you educate and teach someone what you don't know? And I know from I can see my family around me. My family, they ain't know that. They ain't know that stuff either. So they couldn't teach me nothing because they didn't even know themselves. So that's why I was like, when we talk about like these generational curses, these generational cycles and stuff like that, they are real. And that's the problem with them because it takes somebody have to step away from that to learn, and now you change the cycle. But okay, just real quick, I used to work this program in DC. The whole goal was to relocate families out of shelters. I remember when I took the job, I had no idea how deep that rabbit hole went. Whereas, think about mom, daughter, baby daughter, all grew up in shelters. 3 generations grew up and lived in a shelter. We're talking 30 years in a shelter. What do you think we're fighting against? Some people had never had a job. Think about living your whole life on government assistance. Now, your daughter has lived her whole life on government assistance. And now you have a baby that's about to go through that same cycle. They've never had any concept of money management.
Right.
How do you have money management when you don't have money? You've never been in that situation before. And I'm gonna tell you what the city did. The city wanted the property that they lived in. They tore down the shelters, right? So their whole program, their whole plan was to take the families of the shelters, relocate them. But we're not gonna put them in another shelter. We'll put them in a house or a townhouse.
They build them the really nice townhouses like they're doing all the projects.
Yes. They paid for them to move. They paid for them to furnish and everything because they wanted them out so bad because that property was worth so much money. But here's what they told these people. We're going to move you out. It's going to be great. And in 2 years, you're going to be able to afford that place. How do you afford something you've never had a job before?
Right.
How do you go from getting government assistance to trying to pay a mortgage of almost $2,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I had a job. I had a good job, and I couldn't afford the places they were living in.
Right.
I wonder if it's, I don't know. I still think it's like you need one person in that family to break the curse.
Right. And then on top of that, there's already so much gentrification that's happening that you think you'll be able to afford it, and then the prices go up.
So again, you're going to tell somebody 2 years, I'm going to educate you, not only just educate you, now you have to go live and learn and apply. Again, Yendi, quick question. How long did it take you to really feel like you got a mastery on your finances?
It took a long time.
Really? Like how many years would you think?
I'm still struggling. And I'm 38.
I give really me, I say about 15 years. And that is with good money, good jobs, taking my lumps, and having help.
Right.
And you're going to tell somebody 2 years, think you've never had a job before. You've never had to handle any type of money. You know nothing about these systems out here. And I'm going to give you 2 years and you're supposed to be a master at this. That is a classic recipe for failure.
Right.
I wouldn't have been able to do it even if you handed it to me. I wouldn't have been able to do it at that point. Right. Everything I knew.
But I think that's what they count on.
Exactly.
They count on me not knowing what I have. And then once I actually realize a little bit of, or once I actually start to realize, oh, hey, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. And even when I start to get to that point, everything gets stripped from me.
You've already been kicked out by then.
Right.
Now you're back at square one somewhere else.
Right. No, it's not even square one. It's square negative like 50.
But that's what I'm saying.
I always have a hard time looking at it from other people's perspectives, to be honest with you, because it's like, I just don't understand how do you get stuck in this? But then again, I can't say that because there are people that my mom grew up with that chose to be stuck in this situation where she chose to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I just don't understand though. It's like, why are you content with being this way?
Well, think about
me personally. I feel like to get on any type of government assistance, they gotta be too much in your business. Right. And I don't want it.
Think about no, because I think we take for granted options. Think about when you've never been given options before.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the other side.
Right.
You don't know. You have no idea. It's like you see this all the time in like movies, like you have no idea what's over there. So you live here. We've seen it. We have some people who never left the hood before.
Right.
We used to take kids, DC. You know, DC's not a big city. It's really not that big.
Mm-hmm.
We used to take the kids. We had a program. We would take them from Southeast DC. And one of the tours we would do a field trip. And all we would do was put them in a bus, drive over the river, and go to the monuments.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a 10-minute drive. And these teenagers had never been over there before.
Right.
You could have walked. They could have walked.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd never been over that side of the city before. So they would get over there and they would be amazed. Yo, you see that over there? Yo, that's crazy. It was a whole new world for them.
Mm-hmm.
But if nobody had taken them over there, they would have never been over there. Literally. That's crazy. Maybe they would have found their way. But now you're giving them the chance and hope.
Right.
But like we just assume that people know better, that people get the same level of access, that people get the same level of information. They don't sometimes. Yeah. And they get stuck in this. Like I said, generations and generations and generations, the same thing. So I know we just took this pod to a totally different level. I didn't think we were going to go. It's past time, but there's just so much here, y'all. Like, and that's why we're saying, I think, I know the three of us, like, educating yourself is so important.
Absolutely.
If you hear something, I think one of the best things you can do is if you hear something different, if you see something different, Google it.
I do all the time.
Right. Same here.
I think it starts there with education. Google, go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm telling you, I learned how to make grape soda from a latex glove.
Yep.
I never took chemistry in my life, but I watched Now Red on YouTube.
Yeah, I think the one thing we do have now is information at our fingertips, literally in our phones and stuff.
Right.
That you have access to go look at something. So I think the biggest crime is not to make the effort.
Right. Oh, it's the biggest crime is ignorance.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, again, I think we're at a point now where most people are like I said, they're on social media at least.
Mm-hmm.
You seeing stuff on TikTok, you seeing stuff where like it's like you saw that whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Go down the rabbit hole. Go Google search it.
I do.
Go look it up. Don't just keep scrolling and like, oh, that's some bull. No, go look it up and you might get educated on something.
Right.
It might open up your eyes to a totally different path that you can go down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what we have to do to start educating ourselves about some of this stuff.
And also, it's to thank my parents for forcing me to read the book about Asada Shakur as a child.
Yeah. Because
why are you making the 8-year-old read it? Makes sense now today.
Yeah. So, all right. I know we're running late on time. Let's
Oh wow! I even forgot to write down something about the Karens.
That's good because there's so many. There's so many, but I think let's just skip that. I think we ran a good time. So y'all remember Community Coalition Show brought to you by the Black Squirrel Media Network. If you want to learn more, if you want to check out some of these things, have these difficult conversations, and check out all the other shows and stuff, check out the network, blacksquirrelmedia.com.
And if you're into love,
wow,
check out Black Men Love.
Where'd the book come from? Where'd it come from?
Where'd it come from?
Where'd it come from? You just pulled it out from nowhere. You just put it out of nowhere.
Bro, I got her sitting right here. You don't think I flash this book every time someone talks to me on Zoom?
That's how you do the hey, what's your name?
By the way,
how are you doing today?
You take a lot of Zoom calls?
I was like, no, I don't. Just like
excuse me, I'm busy working.
Right. Like like I don't know how this really just like goes to no,
I just got a new job.
Like you got a new job?
Yeah.
Hey, shouts to
you. Your personal assistant. You didn't know.
Hey, I'm here for it. What's your? By the way, tell me your pay.
You know what I'm saying?
$32 an hour.
I'm not getting paid too.
I know my worth, but
you absolutely do.
I'll give y'all a discount because I want to quit my job.
And guess what? That's the discount.
y'all can pay me like 16 for now and start up till you get on your feet, and then
like a week or
talk about it. Benefits and vacation time.
Right.
I mean,
President Burke went way up once this book came out. Let me tell you.
See, I appreciate y'all, but I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
I keep telling you, I volunteered for like 3 weeks and then you got to pay me.
That don't even sound. That don't even sound good. Like,
right?
You're expensive, and that's not even like.
Hey, guess what? Life is expensive. I'm expensive.
Exactly.
Inflation gone up. The price of the bricks going up.
As you should be.
Right.
Pay
me like.
Well, now you could ask for money for your appearance.
Right. So pay me my worth, and I'll show up.
I feel like am I being attacked right now? I feel like I'm being
attacked. You're not being attacked. I'm attacking.
No, I'm just saying, like,
pay me my worth.
People want you to talk about your book. Pay me now. The book is
right.
The book is selling. I'm working.
Right.
I mean,
what's my name? David 2K.
I mean, I do get paid for my appearances.
For one point, I did forget what your name was because you always got 2K, and I was like, "What's his last name?"
2K. And guess what my appearance fee is?
That is not your last name.
Hey, for all intents for all this, it's 2K. And guess what my appearance fee is? 2K.
You know what? I'm going to bed, y'all. I'm fooling with y'all all night.
Pay me my worth.
Okay. On that note, y'all, we will be back next week. Yeah, you see what I gotta deal with, y'all. They deal with trying to pat my pockets. But
not your pockets. Hey, we are business partners, so you're in there.
Yeah.
It's the masses that got to pay that 2K.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna put you on blast. I'm gonna let you be on cloud 9 right now.
Who, David?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let him do his thing. Let him do it. Let him talk his shit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I was gonna ask you if you got 2K the other day when you was on the podcast.
David been showing his face lately. His face. They've been popping up places.
Right.
So where am I going? Like, I'm going to the moon, but also
okay. You know what? I'm done, y'all. Y'all have a good one. We out. Peace.